Ladies and gentlemen, hi. My name is Andrew Johnstone. I'm speaking to you from Cape Town. Welcome to SAVCA and welcome specifically to this panel. I'm representing Climate Fund Managers, which is a climate investment business targeting the emerging markets of Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Africa. What we do is use a technology called blended finance, and this entails raising capital from governments, development finance institutions, and the commercial sector, blending it together such that it can be deployed appropriately into those areas most affected by climate change. We currently have two initiatives underway: Climate Investor 1, targeting renewable energy, and Climate Investor 2, focused on water and oceans. To date, we've been associated with 30-odd developments and developers, of which 6 have now transitioned into construction stage, and these involve large-scale wind farms in Vietnam, in Djibouti. We have solar rooftop businesses in Thailand, Malaysia, India, and we're doing hydro in Uganda. As the challenges of climate change, post-COVID recovery, energy transition, and the broader aspirations of SDGs become more and more urgent and more immediate, so the use of blended finance and its deployment becomes more integrated and more relevant to what we're trying to do. Our byword is do more, faster. So when you think about climate fund managers, think about climate, think about blended finance, think about impact, and think about sustainable economies and societies. I hope you found this discussion on this panel enlightening, and enjoy your day further.
Good morning, SAVCA delegates and attendees. Before I start, I'd like to thank Tanya and her team for allowing us to present a study on an industry that is topical across the continent and indeed across the world. The case for investing in cannabis evolved in what seems like the blink of an eye. In less than 15 years, this illegal narcotic banned across most markets is now widely accepted as a form of treatment for rare forms of childhood epilepsy and long-term pain management. It is also starting to penetrate other market segments such as pet care, cosmetics, and nutraceuticals. What we saw in the government of Lesotho and MG Health, our portfolio company in the sector, was a government with the foresight to regulate and to allow fully integrated production licenses, where companies could go from development and growth from seed through to mature plants all the way to medicinal quality products. What we saw, an environment that is naturally conducive to the successful propagation of the plant, high quality, pristine mountain air and soil, abundance of water, and a low cost of production. What we saw in MG Health were a management team with a clear vision to build a world-class facility in the remote mountains of Lesotho. A management team that invested their own capital and had been able to attract other investors, other noteworthy investors with long-term patient capital to bring this business to reality. As it stands today, the company has developed a 1,500 square meter world-class facility in the remote highland, in the remote mountains of Lesotho. We are capable of producing medicinal grade cannabis to any market in the world. We anticipate being one of 17 GMP accredited license holders, which is the good manufacturing practice or pharmaceutical grade accreditation that is considered the landmark for any operator in this space. What COVID has taught us is what it really means to be a business partner to a portfolio company, how to navigate the sudden erosion of investor appetite for riskier ventures. How do we reprioritize and reallocate capital almost daily to ensure that the company could survive these constraints that COVID and the related lockdowns caused across all of our markets. We look forward to continuing this journey with the management team at MG Health and taking both MG Health and brand Lesotho as a household name in the cannabis sector?
The COVID-19 pandemic has affected not only the way we do business as investment managers, but it has also had a significant impact on the way our portfolio companies operate. This has been especially true for the education portfolio managed by Old Mutual Alternative Investments. When the decision to close schools was announced almost a year ago to date, students, educators, parents, and everyone involved in running the country's education system was forced to adapt swiftly to a new way of teaching and learning. Our focus as fund managers has been on protecting investment value whilst ensuring the health and safety of our schools' learners and staff, and of course, maintaining the same high standard of education outcomes. Old Mutual Alternative Investments manages 2 impact funds in the independent education market: the Schools and Education Investment Impact Fund of South Africa, commonly known as CIFSA, and the Education Investment Impact Fund of South Africa, namely EduFund. Across both funds, we currently serve roughly 24,000 learners, 41 schools, and employ 1,400 permanent staff across the country. We started investing in South Africa's education system back in 2011 and have committed 1.5 billion rand to the sector to date. Innovative thinking has been critical in addressing the digital divide facing our school system. Since March, we've seen accelerated adoption of blended learning models in our portfolio schools. We invest predominantly in the affordable market, where barriers to the full implementation of a blended learning model exists. This has resulted in the need for our operators to be adaptable and innovative. For example, we as fund managers facilitated the creation of a knowledge sharing platform for school management teams to share information and learnings. This helped facilitate more efficient ways of adapting to changes, particularly for those school groups without blended learning strategies in place. This sharing of insights, tools, and best practice has proven invaluable in our efforts to enable students across our portfolio to continue to learn remotely. We have also seen some inspiring innovation from the learners themselves. One learner at Canaan College in Umlazi, Durban, designed, manufactured, and sold face masks in her community. In the first 2 months of lockdown, she managed to sell over 200 masks, demonstrating the school's teaching motto of see, think, innovate. Education plays an essential role in expanding learners' prospects and is key to rebuilding the economy. As economic activity slows and our uncertainties facing South African youth continue to grow, investment in high-quality, independent education, which places innovation at its core, is now more important than ever.
Morning all, I'm Sam Tennant. I'm an investment principal at Edge Growth and wanted to take you through our case study of Lula Loop. Edge invested in Lula towards the end of 2020 through our Vumela fund. And Lula Loop is an award-winning mobile technology platform that provides corporate and staff with a safe, reliable, and affordable commuter ride sharing solution. More recently, over the course of the last year, they also developed a software as a service solution that provides route optimization and allows for optimized bookings and management and reporting for corporates, as well as having developed a last mile package and document delivery solution for its customers. Lula experienced some significant challenges over the past year, primarily due to COVID-19, and were heavily impacted right at the onset in early April and May, immediately losing over 90% of their revenue from its corporate ride-sharing business. This meant that overnight, the leadership team had to quickly come up with a sort of effective solution to keep the business alive and save employees' jobs, particularly given the lack of trips that they were able to do due to the enforced lockdowns and essentially no one traveling to the office. The Lula management team acted quickly and clearly to communicate the new normal to the rest of the team through bold and transparent communication. This has been a real lesson to us in terms of effective communication and in rallying a team around a common cause, particularly for everyone's long-term benefit. The company looked how it could refine its business model through obsessively listening to and proactively engaging with its existing clients. And this led to Lula adding 2 additional offerings through its SaaS offering, as well as its last mile delivery service, and additionally became an essential service transport provider when public transport proved to be a super spreader. From an impact perspective, what the shift in quick communication from the management team and a sort of effective pivot to new business offerings led to a growth in over 120% in revenues for the period ending Feb 2021. Lula were able to grow their existing customers by over 50%, grew their last mile delivery offering by 40% CAGR since April, and have managed to save jobs within the company. For Edge Growth, it's been a unique opportunity for us as a fund manager to partner with Vumela and the Lula team. And it's been quite a unique journey over the last 9 months, particularly given sort of the investment was made amidst such uncertain times when many fund managers were cautious around deploying capital into new investments. It's been a pleasure to support Vumela and his team and partner with such a unique and innovative local business, one that we are certain will create significant local social impact as well as economic impact through job creation, reliable provision of transportation, as well as reduced carbon emissions. It's also been a valuable lesson for us as an early stage fund manager in effective execution and how startups can quickly pivot and build new revenue streams, as well as how important it is for brave and transparent leadership communication in uncertain times. And it's definitely something we will look to try replicate in future opportunities and investments we make.